The most important lesson, the most important tip that I've learned about landscape photography. Good morning, another early morning, and I'm just on the local beach. This morning's shoot actually wasn't planned. I just woke up early and thought I'll go and see what happens at sunrise. Now, to be honest, I'm not sure we're going to get a great sunrise. We've got pretty much completely clear skies up above, apart from a bank of low cloud sitting down on the horizon pretty much right where the sun is going to rise. So I don't think we're going to get anything great. I've set up a composition which is basically just using 3 big rocks sitting in the water, the sea, then there's the mountains beyond, and what little cloud there is, and hopefully you might get a bit of colour in the sky. It's not going to be the greatest shot in the world, but it might work. At the moment I'm shooting with the 16 to 35 lens at about 34, 33 millimeters, something like that, f11. And then what I've done, because the foreground is so dark at the moment and the sky is so bright, I've stacked a 3-stop and a 2-stop hard-edged ND grad. So I've got a total of 5 stops to take some brightness out of the sky, because otherwise it's just blowing out and leaving the foreground completely in shadow. And even with that, it's a tricky exposure at the moment, but as the sun comes up, or at least as it gets a bit brighter, it'll probably get easier. That's about a 10-second exposure. Okay, I'm getting a bit of glare off of the water here, so I fitted a circular polarizer, and I'm also just struggling to get a reasonable focus on it. So I'm going to take another test shot, and I'm focused right in on the foreground rock. I think I'm going to focus stack this, so I've taken one shot at 10 seconds focused right on the foreground rock. I'm going to go a bit further out, focus again, another shot. I'm going to go a bit further out, focus again, another shot, and then I'm going to do one more focused out basically on the horizon, so pretty much infinity. So I'm not expecting to get a great shot here this morning. The conditions just aren't right for it, but I might get something that's worth sharing. But this video is about the most important lesson, the most important tip that I've learned about landscape photography. Now, it's got nothing to do with your choice of lens. 16 to 35 lens, I'm pretty much at about 16, maybe 17 millimeters. 70 to 200 lens at 70 millimeters. It's not about the camera settings. f11 for 30 seconds. Filters don't even come into it. And a 2-stop hard-edged ND graduated filter. And it's not even about composition. breaking sea coming in from the bottom right hand corner of the scene. The most important tip that I've learned, the most important lesson that I've learned is that if you want to get great landscape images, you've got to be there. Now, it's all too easy to find reasons not to go out. It's too easy to decide to have that lie in the morning and not go out and do the early morning shoot, or to stay in and watch the TV in the afternoon or the evening, or whatever else it may be. There's all sorts of reasons. And sometimes it can be the conditions that put you off. So sometimes you go out and it just doesn't work out. The conditions are against you. This morning is kind of a bit like that, because although it's not horrible conditions, we're not actually going to get a great image out of it. Sometimes it's worse than that. Sometimes you go out and there's just no way to get a shot. Sometimes you just have to go out and see what you can get. And sometimes that means that you come home with nothing. Sometimes it means that you come home with a shot that's just kind of okay. But sometimes it means you come home with something really, really special. But if you don't go out, you definitely won't get an image. So right now we are pretty much at about sunrise, or where sunrise is supposed to be, and there's nothing happening. And I think it's unlikely we're going to get anything great here. But I'm going to hang around a bit longer and see. Okay, the sun's just peeking up over the clouds now. I'm going to do another focus stacked shot, focusing right in on the foreground, and then a little bit further into the image, a bit further in again, and I'm going right out to infinity, or at least to the farthest away point. And then I'm going to do another shot at f16, still focused out on infinity, because that might give me a sun star. Okay, that's it. I think we're done now. The sun's completely up. As I said, we weren't going to get anything award-winning this morning, but I might have got one, maybe even two shots, maybe one sort of in the pre-sunrise and one around sunrise, maybe, I don't know. I did, as I was packing up, just spot quite a nice egret, so I quickly threw on the 70-200 and took a quick handheld shot of that. Added bonus, again, it's not going to be an award winner, but it might be a nice little shot to add. Today was just about getting out there and seeing what I could get. And although today didn't produce anything fantastic, another day might do. But if I don't go out, I definitely won't get any good images. That's it, I'm going to head for home now, get some coffee and breakfast. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have and you'd like to see more, don't forget to hit subscribe. There'll be a button on the screen in a few seconds, and there's a subscribe link down below. Like, shares and comments, really appreciated. And I'll just say until the next video, thank you very much for watching, and bye.